What's going on, people? Come on in. Come on in and hang out. Andy just hanging out with the people. Actually, I'm playing around here. Wanted to take some questions, reflect on the season a little bit. We got playoff games coming up. I want to see the chat start to come in here. See if we got some people coming in. Come hang out. Come hang out with me. Seeing news about the Giants hiring a new general manager. That's exciting. What's going on? There's some people. Let me see if this chat overlay works. Do new comments actually show up? Oh, look at you. Look at you. Y'all show up. Wow, that's going to be too many comments too fast. What's going on, Miguel? Yeah, we're just hanging. This is a surprise. I have nobody at the entire company knows that I'm doing this. I just wanted to get into Restream and check out some of the features and hang out with people. So, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Dave. Come on, man. Don't tell me to get some sleep. That's a white balance issue. You can see I wore a hat all morning. I just got back from a walk. I took a big walk. That's my level of exercise. I rode the Peloton this morning. I'm actually moving my body today. What's going on, people? Condolences on the Cardinals. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I guess I hope, you're a fan of a team. You're hopeful. You want things to work out. But I see. I'm looking at the Slack channel. I'm looking at the chat. People don't know I'm going live. Brooks is sending me a message going, what in the world is going on? What's going on, Kevin? How you guys doing? Dave Gettleman is out. I know the Giants are turning over a new leaf. The word on the street was they were going to give their new GM a lot of control. So, kind of carte blanche on what they're doing. So, yeah, I mean, the Cardinals, I don't know what to tell you about the Cardinals. They had such a great start to the year. Now people want to tell me that Kyler Murray's not an NFL quarterback. This is the guy who's MVP for first half of the year. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. He certainly folded in an important moment against a really tough defense, and Brooks is excited that we're doing something. Do I play Halo? I haven't played Halo. I had posted about God of War. The PC port just happened, and now that we're in the off season, and I'm not recording. What is that, like 8-9 episodes a week? That's what we were doing in the regular season. 5 shows of the Ballers, 1 Spitballers, 1 Footcast, 1 Green Room. Now that it's calmed down, maybe I'll do some more gaming. So, what's up, Dalton? What's going on? It's cool seeing the chat actually come up on screen. I didn't know I could do that. I can turn that on and off. It's kind of fun. Now I can pull for the Chiefs. I guess. I mean, I don't know if I have one team I'm rooting for now. I like the Chiefs. But the Chiefs, they have that Warriors feel to them. They won their title. They got back there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I heard Halo was really good. What's up, everybody? What hobbies do I like in the off season? I'll do some gaming, pickleball. People are talking in our Slack channel right now about playing some pickleball. Still got the 2 shows a week. Still got Spitballers. Still got our bonus show on jointhefoot.com. So still churning out content. I'm being told I don't look HD. I think I look HD. Let me know. Do I look HD or do I just look SD? Am I standard definition? My dad's calling me. Hold on. My dad's calling me. On a live stream with the people. I don't know if I'm HD. 720p. I've been told I'm 720p. Oh, great. Yep. It's true. I can't even change it. Till I go live again. I could have put it at 1080p and now you get 720. That's a disappointing. Yeah, Papa Skids. I get the shout out for Papa Skids. That goes back a ways. Yeah, that was Papa Skids on the line. Sorry, Damon. You only get 720p. That's a bummer. Yes, well, you don't need me in HD. That's a mistake. Put my pops on live. I don't think you want my dad on here. He would talk pickleball, I guess. Oh, man. Do I play golf in the off season? I should. I got clubs. I went through a golf phase a long time ago. Mike has clubs too, and Jason and I have golfed before, but it's been forever. Yeah, 720p is the max amount of Andy you need. My hair looks HD, but my face looks standard definition. Oh boy. Oh boy. Does my dad play fantasy football? No. No, he doesn't. It's funny because he shows interest and he'll ask me, he'll just ask me random questions about fantasy every once in a while. He'll just be like, do you can you move players in and out of your lineup? And then that'll be it. So I don't know if I could get him into playing. He loves watching the Cardinals, but I don't think he's like into every team. So, you know, he likes the spitballers. I think he's probably seen more spitballers, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should check it out. You should check it out. No, not standard definition. I draft your dad to my team. Thank you. Cliff sucks. Just a comment. Cliff sucks. It is so hard because I think you're right. I think Cliff Kingsbury does. I think he's a bad coach. But then you have a situation where they won 5 games, then they won 8 games, then they won 11 games. So I don't think there's any chance he's leaving because you had this stair step with the team. But yeah, it was frustrating to end the year that way. Is this the actual Gray Sports Almanac? Yeah, of course it is. Why do you think our picks are so good? Why do you think? Sometimes we just go to the wrong page and all my guys from last year end up great this year, like Cooper Kupp and Joe Mixon. Yeah, people asking about Green Room. Are we going to do more Green Room? I'm excited to let you know we are doing more Green Room next year. So we got a little break right now, but we are coming back with Green Room starting in August, I believe, through the whole season. So we will be back on Spotify Green Room. I think they're going to integrate Green Room into the main Spotify app, which will be fun, exciting. And so you'll get notifications when we're live. And that's the party room. Mike would want me to tell you that's the party room. You get to come hang out with us live once a week. That's been a blast. I mean, we've done a lot of live stuff in the last few years. Like on Sirius XM, we did that for a while. Switched over to Green Room. Love Green Room. The dynamics there are wonderful. People interacting, bring them up on stage. That's fun. So Damon says the fantasy footballers got me through nursing school. That's awesome because I could not have gotten through nursing school myself. But there's not a feel. I had to take my kid to the pediatrician yesterday, and I was talking to the doctor in there, and a pediatrician nonetheless, dealing with kids all day long. And I've got so much respect for that medical profession right now after the last 2 years. It's just been so difficult, and the staffs are overworked, and they really care about who they're taking care of. So thanks for doing what you do. It takes a special person. So could I root for Joe Burrow right now? Yeah, I could root for Joe and the Bengals. Why not? That's underdog story. That'd be fun. I think Joe Burrow's awesome. So, and I think they can win this weekend against Tennessee. So that'll be a fun one. See somebody tweeting Julio forever. Well, that's Matthew Betts, our injury guy. Julio forever. Yeah, right. We just got nominated for the best football podcast, it looks like, by the FSWA, which is the Fantasy Sports Writers Association. So that's exciting to be in that contention this year. Gabriella says, thanks for the help this year. No problem. No problem. It's a good time. Somehow we've been doing this for 7 years, which is just crazy. But we enjoy it, and we know that we are very lucky to be able to do this. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. HD, you look more like 80. Everybody always tells me I need to get sleep, and I'm sleeping fine. So that is just a plain old insult. I just think I'm just getting old. I think it's like saying, don't be old. I'm sorry. I'm getting older. So are you. Andy at 1080p would be Scary. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I didn't even shave today. It's probably better, 720p. Got some sags in those. How do I get rid of my bags? I mean, I don't know what to do. I sleep. I go to sleep. They sell all those fake products to get rid of bags under your eyes. I don't know. Do I just do more stretching? Is there some stretch? Is there stretches that you can do? Oh my gosh, you need the Plant Man regimen. I'm trying. Is that tater tots and chicken? Is that what I do eat like a child sometimes. It's like comfort food. It's just yeah, it just tastes good. Any changes for next year's draft app? Someone said they thought it was disappointing this year. It doesn't update throughout the year. It's a draft app. So it's not meant to update through the year. It's meant to be narrowly focused on your draft. But we do have plans to improve in season and like hopefully come out with an in season app with the same functionality as the website and maybe more. But we don't what's up? Oh yeah. We don't want to just come out with something just because, and poop it out. So that's not what we do. And, limited resources, you got different developers and you want to focus on making everything great and can't do everything. Want to do a few things really, really good. That's what our plan is. So, a lot of people hanging out in here. How many people? Oh, yeah, about 600, 700 people hanging out. Is Kyle Borgogan enjoying the studio? Here, I'll take you behind the scenes. I have not got to work with Kyle. So, which is ridiculous. And we still don't because we have been ping-ponging this COVID exposure life event situation where on Christmas I got exposed. And so I didn't want to expose other people. So I was like at home for a week. And that was his first week there. And then the next week, my family, two of us got COVID, not myself. My wife and my son got it. And so then I'm out work from home again. And then I finally came back last week on Monday, and then 3 other employees, completely separate from each other, all ended up with family members that were sick, and including Kyle, who's got 2 little kids that have COVID right now. And so he wasn't into the office. And then I'm going to be back next week, and he's probably still going to be quarantined. And then I've got a week. I got to get some surgery done, and I'm going to be gone a week. And so we're ping pong. Like it's going to be middle of February before I work with the Borgogan, but I think he's liking it here. I think he likes it in the studio. So someday, someday I'll work with him. That's why we moved him here so that he could work with us. I'm browsing these questions here. Thanks for all the content. Says engage. Are we hiring new developers in the future? Not out of the question. Yeah, if we do more in the app space, we may need one more, which could happen. Could happen. Are we tight with Danny Kelly? Tight. I wouldn't say tight, but like not for any reason. I think Mike's been on the show once, and we've ping ponged on Twitter a little bit. Focus on making everything great. Yeah. We have always taken like we got the most employees we've ever had right now, and we are certainly working on making everything great. But like when you endeavor to make a brand new product, which an in-season app, like we have Patreon, right? So people support us on Patreon at jointhefoot.com. And, they've done that for 7 years. And so we'd have to integrate that access into the app and things like that. So it's a process that we don't want to do. And then all of a sudden half the people can't get what they want to get. And, we're selling the product in one place and, you're going to sell it. If you put stuff up on the App Store, you're required to allow people to purchase it with in-app purchases outside of a few like small changes. So you end up needing to do that. And if you got that functionality, then you got to integrate that with the other ways people purchase things. So not to say we're not going to do it. We're absolutely going to do it. We're just going to do it right for the in-season app. But the UDK, we've already got some plans building out like brand new cheat sheet system for the UDK, which is going to be incredible. Better web to app crossover functionality. And like you'll be pre-ordering that stuff soon. So oh boy. Let me go down to some new messages here. Spitballers merch. Let me see if I can get these to come up with a scat shirt. Probably need that. Yeah. I think we need more merch in general. Like for a small business, what's funny with merch is that you can do the like print on demand route, and then you have the whole inventory, but then like it's just a different world. So I'd like to bring it all in house someday, but you know, it's a whole endeavor, and you got to have employees to do that, you know, fulfill orders. And so, yeah, that's part of it. Maddie Daddy says I'm bringing the fire. Yeah. In 720p. And then producer Borland playing around with more propaganda on his Packers. That's a good time. I like seeing stuff like this. This is nice. Been listening 3 years. Got me a first championship this year. Cool. That's got to feel good. I'm still not over my last second loss with Dalvin. That broke my heart. What got me into fantasy? Believe it or not, the story goes like this. I was a high school freshman, which would have been in 98. And Jason Moore was in my freshman Spanish class, and he was a junior, which he shouldn't have been in there. And that's how I met Jason. And then we played fantasy basketball, and and then we worked on website stuff together. And then he went off to college, and we reconnected, and I worked for him at a MySpace company, believe it or not. And then we did Facebook games, and then we thought we were going to go do realty together. And then we ended up spinning up this podcast, and it kind of caught fire. Yeah, this still hurts from last year. The Suns are playing well, though. Number 1 in the league. Very excited about Phoenix. Did Kyle move to Arizona to become a Cards fan? No, I don't think so. I think he's sticking with the Falcons. But, you know, I'll never know, because we're never going to work together, and we're never going to get to talk to each other. So, yeah. There's someone asking about the early fantasy days. No, Sandbox was a platform. There was a platform called Sandbox that we used to play on. Although I probably did play like 1 year of newspaper fantasy football. I remember that. You literally had to like cut something out of the newspaper, fill it out with your team, send it in. You check your scores on your phone, like a phone number. It was ridiculous. It's the early days. So, what is this? We said going on a 2-hour road trip today. I always play Spitballers on my trips. Give me your 2 that I should listen to. Well, there's a new one out this past week. So 180 episodes. I don't know. They're all good. I don't have a favorite. I really don't. In fact, I rarely remember what we recorded on Spitballers, because we just sit down and record those. There's not like a show doc. The only thing we know and plan before we go into there is Al puts the doc together, and then we pick a draft. So, Lord of the Rings fan. Sure. Yeah. I mean, not like rabid, wild fan, but the movies are great. And I like fantasy genre. Like, we used to actually play a lot of the Lord of the Rings online like 20 years ago when it came out. So that was fun. Give me your Marvel comps for the hosts. I don't know about that. I don't know enough about Marvel. I'm trying to decide if I want to become a Marvel guy. Seems like everybody else is a Marvel guy. But I've never been into superhero movies like to the extent that other people are. And then, you know how if you're not like everybody else on one piece of fandom, you just resent it. Like I did that with Parks and Rec for a long time. Like I just didn't watch it because everybody else wanted to watch it, and they wanted to send memes that I didn't understand. So I was like, I'm not going to watch it. Then I finally did. And it was great. And I regret being that way. Did you guys ever play EverQuest? No, that was before my time. That was a little before my time. I was World of Warcraft, though. Hockey fan? Yeah. Yeah, I love hockey. It's so great to go to games. My wife and I used to have like partial season tickets to the Coyotes back when they were Kelly. It was like their stadium, their arena was in the middle of a dirt field, and there was nothing around it. And we'd drive out there and go to games, and playoff hockey's incredible. So incredible. No, never played RuneScape. Watch all the Marvels. You won't regret it. Yeah, I know, but it's a lot. It's kind of a lot. And I kind of feel like sometimes they're just all the same arcs. And I know I'm wrong, but I'm going to just pretend like I'm right for a while. Favorite video game as a kid? Tim has a question about this. I have to say Super Mario World. That was the one I played the most, but like Donkey Kong Country was up there too. A lot of NBA Jam, a lot of NBA Hang Time. Those are probably my favorites. Mario Kart as well. So, will I ever be able to convince Jason that baseball is cool? No, because Jason treats baseball the way I treated the Marvel movies, which is once you have a take, you just stick with your take. Yeah. So, and he's too old to change. All right. Are you guys doing a live tour in 2022? All answers to these questions have to include a wink at the end of them. Yes, because we want to, and we are making plans to do it if we can, but then some magical variant could pop up and say goodbye. So it won't be a big tour. It won't be huge, but probably a couple of cities and one here in Phoenix. And we miss it. We do. We miss doing live shows. It's been a couple of years, obviously, and that's a mess. Can I do a backflip? Not if you gave me a year to practice. No, I'm elderly. There's no chance. I like all these questions though. Family's doing well. We are through our second COVID adventure. So my son, who is 10, Nathan, got COVID in October. And sorry, answering somebody on Slack over here. And then got it again when we got back from Disney. Now, Disney sounds even crazier to go to right now, but when we booked it, there was no such thing as Omicron. And even when we went, it wasn't as crazy as it is right now. But we did get it there, despite all precautions. And so my wife got it, my son got it. That's why I was recording remotely. And I didn't end up getting it. Our other two kids didn't get it. So, but they're all fine. They're all through it. Yeah, we're doing well. Appreciate you asking. So, do I mow my own yard? I used to, but no, I don't mow it because it's fake turf. So, I tricked the system. I don't have to go outside and mow my lawn anymore because it's pretend. It's pretend. Sorry about the 720p. Still people complaining. Will there be VIP? Oh, Jessica. Everybody needs to know that Jessica exists because she is a longtime fan of the show. We had the privilege of meeting her at a live event, one of our tour stops, and she's always been super supportive of the show and is an awesome human being. So I don't know if we have VIP seats. We did that last time, and I think we give all those proceeds to St. Jude. So we may do that again. Evan wants to let me know that I should quit being elderly, which is super hard to do. I tried this morning. I rode a Peloton for 20 minutes and then I took a walk. So I'm probably younger now than I was this morning. Spitballers Green Room. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't. Spitballers is a fun time. But it's once a week for a reason because we cannot fit in more content production. So what is this one? What do we got here? How is the fam? They're doing good. They're doing good. Give me your stock tips. My stock tips, you don't want them because they don't look very good right now. The market's in retreat. Crypto's in retreat. And so is my portfolio. But you don't lose money until you sell. So I'm going to go down with the ship. Or just wait until it goes back up. Peloton losing hype should pivot quick. It's from Slay. This is our social media intern who wants to jump on here and throw some shade on Peloton. Look, I already have a Peloton. I don't got the stock. I don't care about the stock. I got a Peloton. It's working. I don't ride it enough. But yeah. Tell Jason to quit whining about being short. I'm 5'5" at best. Yeah, I mean, it's Mike and I walk around and sometimes we don't see him. And so, yeah. But Kyle's on here. If this is the Kyle, I think it is. Looks like him. How fat could you get? What a great question. I'm planning on adding a little bit of weight today at lunch because I'm going out with the wife. We're going to get a meal, and we're going to a place. I want to try the mac and cheese. So I told you I ate like a child, and I could get fat, but my fat would be awkward. It would be a really awkward fat because I'm very tall, and I've always had a pretty quick metabolism. I just have the genes. I'm very lucky, but yes, I can get fat, and it would be like fat face and fat belly that just goes outward. So I would look like some sort of Simpsons cartoon character if I got fatter. Yes. So I got the dad gut. I've got the dad bod. So I'm going to work on that. I've got plans. How fat could you get? Yeah. So this is great because nobody knew I was live streaming. So I've got Brooks, I got Damon. I've got everybody talking on our company Slack. And hashtag Fat Andy. Yeah, we can do it. We can get it done. So this is great because people are just laughing over there. Joel says same for me on the fatness. Yeah, Chris Kelly, Fat Andy. A lot of people hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm just saying, believe it or not, I'm in my bedroom. We've gotten more sophisticated setups here at home after the last couple of years of madness. Does Jason feel the same about his metabolism? I don't know. You can ask Jason that. But I just think I got lucky because I don't think I have the self-control that a normal person should have when I eat. I just don't metabolize quite the same. So I never got to learn discipline. And then the older I get, I start to put on a little weight. And it's like very weird for me. And I need to learn discipline. One-on-one in Rocket League. Aaron wants to know. Sure. Yeah, sometime we could do that. I do play Rocket League. I don't know why I didn't bring that up earlier when we were talking about games, but Rocket League is the number one game I play. And I am right. So I play 2v2 and I play with my brother-in-law. And it's just like, that's who I play with. And we are like right on the edge of diamond and champion. Like we've crossed over and then back and then crossed over and then back. So we're right at the end of diamond, right at the beginning of champion, which I feel like is pretty good because we don't play that much. So this question, Jason and Mike's worst on-set habits. I don't think that they have anything that's jumping out at me. No, it's not like they kick me under the desk or something, or I would say, okay, I'll give you one. Jason has these very, very subtle, every once in a blue moon throat burps, we call them. So that would be the only thing I can think of. Honestly, I think I have the worst habits of the three of us because I like hosting the show and, but I think sometimes I just got to give them more space. I'm always very critical of my hosting, and I know that I cut people off every once in a while. So my worst on-set habits is my brain gets going with the next question, or it gets going with the next like direction, or like some great question I think would be compelling for them to answer. And sometimes I'll jump in too quick because my brain is going, and so that's I beat myself up because I notice it. And so I want to beat myself up right then, and I just got to get better at that. So, yeah. Swift Execution says that they're not that subtle. Throat burps. Yeah, I got to get better at cutting people off. I hate that I do that. It is a balance because I like to keep the show moving at a certain cadence, and I've got, in my head at this point, I've got like the clock over there. And I'm thinking about the scope of the show. And so there are times when I jump in too soon. And so I got to get better, but we should always be doing that, trying to improve. Do you watch every show? No, I don't. I a lot less than we used to as well. Like we have more people with eyes on it too after the fact. So if they wanted to give us feedback, I would say that I probably throw our show on in the car. Every couple weeks I'll put an episode on and listen through and see if I can oh, this sounds better or worse, or I think it's good to be evaluating that stuff. Yeah. Mike's on air habit is being a real nice guy. And Mike's a nice guy. Mike is let me see here. Yeah, Mike never really, he's pretty chill. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice thing to say. Yeah, well, that's good, because I think that's the nature of all production stuff is hopefully, I think it's like if you're an actor or something, you don't want to watch yourself. You're going to be your biggest critic. Um, so, but I still want to improve at that. How long are you streaming? Who knows? I just popped on here. I didn't tell nobody I was getting on here. I just popped into Restream, threw on a few destinations, and wanted to hang out. Not a lot going on today. We recorded all our shows, recorded some spitballers, recorded our footballers for the week. I'm going to get some lunch with my wife here in like probably an hour. So I don't know. I got nothing else to do. I'm just hanging out. Tenacious D. I'm not a big Tenacious D fan. Mike and Jason are huge Tenacious D fans. Do I cringe at the sound of my own voice? No, I don't. I don't think anything. I think my voice is all right. It's nothing. It's not Morgan Freeman. It's not special, but no. We're so used to everything we're doing anymore. It's almost second nature. It's like breathing when we turn the mics on. So, yeah. What's my favorite restaurant in Arizona? People do send us this a lot, wanting to know where to go. There's a place called Lolo's Chicken and Waffles downtown that's pretty incredible. There's a place. What are some other favorites? Yeah, that's the one I always tell people about. There's a place called Barbecues that I really like if you want barbecue. Not quite downtown, a little bit more north. Mike versus Jason in a cage match. Unfortunately, the only thing I can think about here is if Mike gets something in reach-wise. Jason's got some jiu-jitsu in him. He's got power. He's strong, really strong. So Jason wins. But if Mike gets clocks him early, maybe. I don't know. Wow. Let's see if this one will come up here. As a teenager inspired by you guys, I've been into I'm going to cover my whole self with that question. Hello. As a teenager inspired by you guys, I've gotten into fantasy football content creation for just under a year. I've got a pod, a Twitter, and about 3.5 thousand followers. Biggest advice for new content creator. You're doing it. Yeah, I mean, you're doing it. You're going to have to put in the time. Period. And I think the way that podcasting is trending, and even the fantasy industry, you have to have that passion. And that's a really cliche, easy answer, right? You got to have passion for what you do, but you need to do it for a long time. You got to get better at it. I mean, when we first launched our show, we did it in February when no one was doing year-round shows. So we got to get our feet wet. We got to build an audience in the off season. This is 7-8 years ago now, but we also didn't want to, we started out and we thought we had to be professional, blah, blah, blah. You got to be yourself. And that's what people attach to. That's what they build community with. That's what they build connection with, is you as a person. Because podcasting is personal. Podcasting is more personal than you think. And we learn that a lot when we go around and we do tours. Is you meet people and they're like, they feel like they know you because you've been there for every workout or every commute or every, nursing school, like somebody said earlier. So you meet them and you haven't met them before in face to face, but they know you. And they know you because you've been vulnerable and a little bit more open and a little bit yourself. And we've always been fine with people not liking us. If you have something valuable to bring, you bring it. And if people like it, they listen. And so, there's a lot of podcasts out there. And if you like a different one, that's cool. I mean, and if you connect with us, that's cool. Like if you're right in the middle of the road and you don't have any personality and you're just trying to kind of go through the motions, there's nothing to connect with. So I think by nature, you're going to have some people that really don't like you in order to have some people that really do like you. And that's just kind of the nature of connection, right? And you look at anything that's subjective. You look at art, you look at music, you look at movies, you look at, there's general consensus opinion, but there's subjective opinion. I hate that show. I love that show. I hate that actor. I love that actor. So that's how I look at it, is people are going to connect with you. Some people have, I'm their favorite, or Jason's their favorite, or Al's their favorite, and it's just because you're building a connection with a person. So my best advice is to bring something unique to the table, be yourself, be consistent. And if you don't enjoy it, it's not going to succeed anyway. It's not going to succeed. You'll end up burnt out, sad, upset, grading success, not on the content you're putting out, but on the amount of followers you have. And that's just an unhealthy place to be. And so there's an element of grinding and fighting through and doing something more than other people would do, I think, to succeed. But you need to embrace it and love it, and people will feel that. All right, favorite ice cream place or brand? I feel like it's unfair to say like favorite, because it's the mood you're in, right? I mean, sometimes you like some custard, sometimes you like some ice cream, you want a pint, you want to go get a frozen yogurt. I just had some Ritas. I don't know if you know about Ritas. It's got Italian ice, but then they put custard in it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I don't eat a lot of ice cream anymore. My hot tip now is, and that sounds insane, but it's because it makes you fat, like super fat really fast. Like if I could eat a pint a night, I would eat a pint a night, but I would gain a pound a night. So what I actually go to, here's a hot tip. There are these Greek yogurt bars and ice cream called Yasso, Yasso. And they have them in Target and they have them in grocery stores. And they're like 100 calories a bar. And that'll quench my ice cream thirst, as no one has ever said. Pistachio ice cream. Yeah, that's good. Fat Andy. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle is really out of control. I think maybe I'll never work with him in person, because I'm going to fire him. I'm going to fire this guy before he gets back into the office. Go back to Atlanta. All caps. Sorry, brother. You haven't been out on the pickleball court with me. I'll humble you quickly out there. So watch yourself. Watch yourself, brother. What was my World of Warcraft class? My first ever level 60 character was a warrior. That is going back in time. That is going back to 16, 17 years old, when I had, probably 18, I guess, when I started playing. Yeah, pack your things, Kyle. NFL Street or NFL Blitz? Blitz, yeah. Who is the better karaoke singer? Well, like in The Office? That's got to be Mike. I mean, Mike has actual talent singing. I would say I'm passable, like around a fire. Around a fire, you give me the right song. I think I sound better singing something country, believe it or not. And I'm not really a country fan, but that's my voice. Yeah. So. Stock market, crypto market, not doing great. Not doing great. These questions are awesome. These are good questions. Thanks for hanging out with me. Wonder how many of you are at work right now, just chilling out. Would we ever do a vlog channel? Maybe. I could see that. There's some thoughts about us maybe moving to getting a new studio space at some point in the next couple of years. I think if we did that, that might be a fun thing to vlog, that process. So, this is always the good advice, right? Buy. Yeah. You see, I've been buying all the way down. All the way down, which is good. It is long-term. I'm long-term crypto guy. Are you guys really that good at pickleball? Yeah. No, we're all right. We're all right. I don't know if we'd win a tournament. I've thought about joining some recently, but we play a lot in the off season, because we do our recording in the afternoons in the off season, which is great for the day before. That's why the shows show up really early on, like Tuesday, Thursday. So we are able to get out on the courts at 8 a.m. and play for a couple hours. And, yeah. So I being genuine about this question, I think we are pretty good for average players. Yeah. Like for the, weekend warrior type players, but not, we're not winning tournaments, because we never entered any. People don't know what. Do I play ping pong also? Yeah, I used to play a ton of ping pong, and I think it helps. It translates a little bit. So ping pong is a blast. I used to play a ton. We had a court or a table in our old company, so we used to play every day. But we don't anymore. Why do you live in Arizona? I was just born and raised here, family here. Um, that's why people live places. I mean, I was talking to my wife because we visited like Lake Tahoe for our anniversary last year, and we love visiting San Diego, and it's hard to leave when you have family because you have to make that decision that you're willing to like leave your parents, leave your, as they get older, and leave your, we got kids, they're growing up in schools here, we got the business. That's why you live places. So, what's it like having the best job ever? Daniel wants to know. Um, it's awesome. Yeah, what makes a job great isn't just what you're doing, right? It's the people you do it with. So we have incredibly awesome people that we work with. I will take this time, if they're listening, to just say how awesome a person Brooks is. Brooks is a great producer, and all the functional aspects of business he does well. He's attention to detail is incredible. He's everything we've ever needed in that capacity. He was the first employee we hired well before anybody else. But he's awesome. He's an awesome person. He's a super self-sacrificial person. He's a great example to other employees, a leader in his quiet way, a quiet leader, but he's a leader, and I love him. So, and obviously the wealthiest producer of all time. I mean, he's just incredibly wealthy. Question coming in: Rocket League or Mario Kart? That's a dumb question. Dumb question. Because when you talk about Mario Kart, a lot of that is like going back and playing those old games. And when they were at their peak, they were great. They were the best. And then Rocket League is like what I'm into now. But if a new amazing Mario Kart came out, I'd just play that. So, how often does Brooks flaunt his incredible wealth? Well, when you drive up in a 24 karat gold car, it's every day, right? That counts. Which baller tilts the hardest? This is such a good question. I think the truth is we tilt equally, but we handle it publicly differently. Mike, I think, tilts really hard, but he is the best at kind of constraining that and not complaining and bitching to everybody. Jason tilts super hard, and I tilt pretty hard, and we're more vocal. So yeah. Boom, boom, boom. If I could get a tattoo, what would it be? I don't know. Maybe it might be a scripture verse or something that's important to me, or something with my kids, family. I could do it someday. I don't know. My wife is going to get her first tattoo here soon for her birthday. So, these are good questions. Super Mario Kart or N64 Mario Kart. The N64 Mario Kart was amazing. So, we get this question so much. Do we curse in real life? I mean, like occasionally, but not really. I mean, we're all dads. We're not like loose with the tongues. Just not, pickleball court, maybe occasionally. Oh man. Have I been to the butterfly sanctuary in Phoenix? No, I've seen it. I've passed it on the freeway. It's right next to a aquarium that I've been to a few times. So, people asking a lot of questions here. I am a dad. I curse all the time. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, it's just not who I'm not trying to like say you're an evil person if you curse. It's just not what we do. You get the real us on the show. So just not a habit we have, I suppose. A lot of favorite Bible verse questions. I have quite a few. There's one that says, "I know, O Lord, that a man's life is not his own. It is not for man to direct his steps." Always like that verse. Fire Kingsbury. Would I fire Kingsbury? Probably, like if I could go get Brian Dable. But there's a lot of you just don't answer this question like instantly after the loss. I mean, 5 wins, 8 wins, 11 wins. He'll have another year, so it's kind of moot. Like he's going to play. He'll be a coach for another year. So, dinner butterfly sanctuary. That's good. All right, I think I'm going to bounce, everybody. I think I'm going to say goodbye. So it's been fun hanging out. Got a good 45 minutes in. I want to do this a little bit more often when we get the chance because I like connecting with everybody. So yeah, maybe I'll play Rocket League with some people this off season here soon. So all right, everybody, have a good one. Thank you for hanging out with me, and come hang out. Get an extra show with us at jointhefoot.com if you're feeling up to it this off season. If you've recovered from the season and you want to ask more questions, the off season is so fun on the Footcast because we get a lot of these random questions and it's fun hanging out. So